I'm just realizing now that these are all like breakup revenge plots. But I think I'm okay with that, considering that's like what the album is. So I think I'm in the mood to read that anyway. Hey guys, my name's Angus and today we're going to be turning songs from Olivia Rodrigo's debut album Sour into books. So I'm sure you've all listened to Sour by now. I have a lot of times, and a lot of the songs on this album really like struck a creative chord with me. Like there's definitely some really cool stories in here that I wanted to unpack. And I don't just mean like the whole like breakup album story kind of thing. I feel like each song has its own kind of, in my head, I've found a way to adapt it to a YA book. So I thought it'd be really cool today to do that. So I've got 4 songs from the album. I wish I could do them all, but I don't have that much time. So we're just going to do 4 and I'm going to give them each a new cover and like a synopsis and just kind of reimagine them as books. These are obviously just like springboard ideas. There's a lot more to develop, but I just thought it'd be fun to do. So let's just jump into it, shall we?
You could be a better man for your brand new girl. Well, good for you, you look happy and healthy, not me. If you ever cared to ask, good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. God, I wish that I could do that. I lost my mind, I've spent the night crying on the floor in my bedroom, but you're so unaffected, I really don't get it. I guess good for you. Good for you, I guess you're getting everything you want. You bought a new car and your career's really taking off. It's like we never even happened, baby. What the fuck is up with that?
So the first song we have is Good For You. This is probably one of my favorites on the album. So we're going to start off here. So I've kind of reimagined this as like a supernatural revenge story set in like a small suburban town with like a lake. Our main character, let's just call her Lana. She's just been broken up with by her boyfriend. He broke up with her to get with another girl and she's really pissed, but she decides to like go out and get drunk with her friends one night just to kind of take her mind off things. So while they're out partying, they meet this other random girl who seems really cool and Lana kind of really bonds with her. And so they decide to go back with this new girl to like her parents' lake house that she's described to them. So they all go back there for like kick-ons, and when they get there, the cabin's like really creepy. It has all these weird artifacts in there, but they're all kind of drunk, so they don't think much of it. Everyone passes out except for the new girl and Lana, and so they get to talking and really bonding over Lana's breakup. And so the new girl kind of suggests as like a revenge plot, why don't we try this cool blood magic thing that I know? And Lana just thought she was joking. She's like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So they do it. The next day, Lana wakes up back at home. She doesn't remember how she got home. And she vaguely remembers last night, but not a lot. She goes downstairs and sees the news that her ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend have been found like brutally murdered. And so she like freaks out. She calls her friends, but none of them remember because they were all passed out. So she's like, what the hell's going on? They all meet up and they're trying to find this girl, this new girl from last night, and they can't find her. And they go to her cabin and the cabin's not there anymore. But anyway, it turns out the ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend aren't dead, but they're like undead. They're like crazy zombie things. And they're like hunting down Lana. And they're like stalking her like in the night and no one else believes her. But then her friends kind of catch on. And so they have to team up and try and defeat her undead douchey ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend, and also try and figure out how to undo what they did. Yeah, I think it could be a really fun like supernatural mystery with like horror elements. I don't know, that's what I came up with, so let's keep going.
I'm so insecure, I think that I'll die before I drink. And I'm so caught up in the news of who likes me and who hates you. And I'm so tired that I might quit my job, start a new life. And they'd all be so disappointed, cause who am I if not exploited? And I'm so sick of 17, where's my fucking teenage dream? If someone tells me one more time, enjoy your youth, I'm gonna cry. And I don't stick up for myself, I'm anxious and nothing can help. And I wish I'd done this before, and I wish people liked me more. All I did was try my best. Brutal out here.
So the next song we have is Brutal. And for this one, you guys remember Panic by Lauren Oliver? So think like that meets Mean Girls, meets like an anti-hero origin story. So at this like high school, there's like this clique of friends who meet up at midnight once a week to do like these crazy dares just for fun. And this new girl moves to town and she wants to get in with them, but to get in, you have to pass all these crazy tests. So she does them all, she gets in, she's one of them, and it's all going well. But then one night at one of their dare nights, the like main head mean girl dies in like a freak accident, one of their dares. So everyone's kind of like really shocked, but also they're like, we need a new leader. So they all decide they create like this mega list of like ultimate dares to do, involving all this crazy stuff that they've never done before. And so the first person to complete it gets to be like the new head mean girl. So they all do it. Of course, the new girl wins, and she becomes the main mean girl. But then we find out that she's not exactly who we think she is. And we've got a bit of like an unreliable narrator situation. She actually killed the previous mean girl, and on her way to getting to where she is now, she's killed more people. And so we kind of see this origin story of this anti-hero mean girl situation in a high school. I don't know, this one's a bit underdeveloped, but I think it could be really cool. Like a high school setting anti-hero story with a bit of like murder in there. You know, it could be really fun. And so like maybe we take the side of all the other people in the clique and they're like trying to uncover the truth about this random new girl who's shown up. So maybe it could be from her perspective and everyone else's perspective, and like we're trying to figure out who's telling the truth. I don't know, I think it could be fun. So let me know what you think.
So when you gonna tell her that we did that too? She thinks it's special, but it's all reused. That was our place, I found it first. I made the jokes you tell to her when she's with you. Do you get deja vu when she's with you? Do you get deja vu? Do you get deja vu? Strawberry ice cream in Malibu. Don't act like we didn't do that shit too. You're treating jackets like we used to do. Everything is alright. Play her piano, but she doesn't know that I was the one who taught you Billy Joel. A different girl now, but there's nothing new. I know you get deja vu.
Alrighty, so for deja vu, I'm thinking like Groundhog Day, but repeating the day that your boyfriend broke up with you over and over again, which sounds horrible, but I think it could be a cool setup for a book. Imagine like you're reliving the day over and over again, and as you relive it, you're learning more stuff about your ex-boyfriend and like these horrible stuff he's done. Maybe he's living a double life. It could be like a cool like crime thriller. You've discovered this whole other life he had. He's living this double life and he's a criminal on the run or something, and he's done all this really horrible stuff. So maybe like the only way you can break this cycle is if you uncover the full truth and can like expose him for who he is. Someone write that. I feel like that's a cool like twist on the like traditional crime thriller, like to add that element of like reliving the same day. I feel like that could be fun. So yeah, I'm just realizing now that these are all like breakup revenge plots, but I think I'm okay with that considering that's like what the album is. So I think I'm in the mood to read that anyway.
I see everyone getting all the things I want. I'm happy for them, but then again I'm not. Just cool vintage clothes and vacation photos, I can't stand it. Oh God, I sound crazy. That win is not my loss. I know it's true, but I can't help getting caught up in local comparison. Is killing me slowly. I think too much about kids who don't know me. I'm so sick of myself. Rather be anyone else. Jealousy, yeah. All your friends are so cool, you go out every night, and your daddy's a star, yeah, you're living the life. Got a pretty face, pretty boyfriend too. I wanna be so bad, and I don't even know you. All I see is what I should be. Happier, prettier, jealousy. All I see is what I should be. I'm losing it, all I get jealousy.
Okay, and finally we have Jealousy. This was the hardest for me to come up with something for. I don't know, I just feel like all the other plots I've outlined could apply here because obviously all these songs it's like a revenge breakup album, so it all kind of could go together. But I was thinking like maybe like dual perspective of like two girls going for the same role on like a breakout hit TV show, like they're really gunning for it, and we're following both of them, and they both like hate each other completely because they've both kind of been up against each other for every role in the past. You know, they get to the audition and they see each other there and they're like, oh, f***ing hell, this bitch again. We're kind of like rooting for both of them and we're trying to figure out who's going to win. And then it turns out they both get cast in like opposite roles as like best friends on this new show, and so now they have to pretend to like each other in the show, and maybe it's like an enemies to lovers or just enemies to friends, but we're dealing with like these two girls who hate each other off camera, but when they're on camera on set, they have to pretend they're like best friends. And I don't know, I think it could be a cool, fun setup. I'm really in the mood for like some enemies to lovers stuff now, so I feel like this could be fun. So yeah, maybe they fall in love, maybe they just become friends, maybe they end up killing each other. I don't know, you guys decide. Alrighty, I am tired from all that dancing, but that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you like some of the plots I came up with and the covers. Let me know what you think about these songs, maybe like what kind of plot could pair with them. I'd love to know. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.